Hello, everyone. We got just about one more minute to go. So if you are excited to hang out and open mic chat with me, then what you should do is hit that like button and, of course, click the share button and share this stream with somebody that you think will enjoy it as well. Be right back in 1 minute. All right, we are back. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to see you guys. Thank you very much for coming to hang out. You are absolutely awesome. Thank you very much. How's it going, everybody? I hope you're having a great day. Hello to Andy Morphs, Mondo, Xenomorpho. Are you guys related? Lieutenant Red Panda, Vaxer, Salvador Chirino, Joe Farley, Shen, and Colin, and everybody else who's here, who's lurking. You guys are all fantastic. Thank you for hanging out. Jason Curtis, Solo, Sam. Listen, if I have not said your name and you want me to say your name, just say something in chat. Say Flugelbinder in chat, and I'll try and get everybody. But before we get started, I want to say thank you to Joel Thompson, who is a super chatter, and they said, hey guys, you'll crush the Tequila Works interview, looking forward to it and hope it happens. I hope it happens too. We are currently DMing back and forth on Twitter, trying to work things out, so I'll let you guys know as soon as we have something in the books. But thank you very much for the support, Joel. I appreciate that. It really does help. And I also want to say thank you to Michael Perkins, who became a member. If you did not know, we've got members we've got a member button or a join button right down below the video. And if you join, then sometimes I will, well, first off, you get priority. Hold on. You get priority as far as answering questions. Your name turns green. I'm much more likely to see your name or see you say stuff. And for comments, I always sort by members first, and I try and answer their comments on our videos first as well. So big thank you to everybody who's already a member, and to the super chatters as well. Now, let's see, what's a binder? Alex, who's a binder? I don't know what it is. That's right, that was a Cocktails reference. Very good, Lieutenant Red Panda. Byron, hello. Hello there, Ray. Mark says, loving the channel. Grizzly Adams said, Flugelbinder. Hello there. Hey there, Bowser13. Thank you very much for being here and being a mod. I appreciate you. John Eric Moccasin. Hello. Ronil, well, they made Guilt, so I think the odds of Ryan coming to Stadia are pretty high. If we get an interview with them, I'm sure that we'll ask them about that, but I wouldn't anticipate that they would actually answer that question. They would probably say, well, we don't have anything to announce at this time. Still on Borderlands? Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Borderlands. It's really fun. That game is really, really fun. I'm kind of bouncing back and forth between that and Destiny 2. But I have been enjoying that. Hey, there's Solo. Thank you very much for the super sticker. I appreciate the support. You're fantastic. You guys are just amazing. Absolutely amazing. Oh, Mark has a great question. What is my favorite collectible that's behind me? It's really tough for me to pick one. For those of you who haven't really noticed, behind me I've got a whole bunch of collectible stuff. And sorry, I've currently got my lights set up for Switchcraft. Let me switch that over real quick. See what I did there? Set the lights to white. There, that's better. That's more of the Stadiacast colors that are vibe that I have going on. I use red and blue for my Nintendo show, which is Nintendo Switchcraft. But my favorite collectible back there, I'm gonna ask if it's okay with you if I pick two. I want to pick one that is my favorite Nintendo collectible, and then one that is just in general one of my favorites. And I'm not actually going to wait for you to respond. I'm just going to go ahead and do that. But my favorite collectible back there has to be the Virtual Boy, which you can see right there. That is something not because I really, really liked it, but because it's just so ridiculous, and the story behind the creation of the Virtual Boy is really, really funny. So that's one of my favorites. And then I would say my other favorite was actually a gift from a listener. They sent me, which you can see right there, a working TurboGrafx 16, which I hooked up to a TV and it works great. He also sent along like the 4-player adapter and a bunch of games as well. But like when I was a kid, I had a subscription to Electronic Gaming Monthly, and I was a huge fan of Electronic Gaming Monthly. And I would flip through the magazine and I would see ads for the TurboGrafx 16. In fact, I still read old issues of Electronic Gaming Monthly. Let me see if I can bring it up on my... Oop. Yeah, so see, check it out. Here's an old issue of Electronic Gaming Monthly that I was reading right there. Isn't that cool? But I would see ads for the TurboGrafx 16 in Electronic Gaming Monthly. And I thought to myself, this is the future. I want this thing so bad, and nobody that I knew had one. And then I had a listener say, hear me talking about that at one point, and they said, I have a TurboGrafx 16 that is taking up room in my house. Do you want it? And I said, yeah. How much do you want for it? And they said, just pay for shipping, and I'll send it to you. And I was like, absolutely. So they sent it to me, and then I sent them the money for shipping as well as I sent them the money for shipping, and it's been sitting here on the shelf ever since. So that's a great question. Thank you for asking. Solo Hand, thank you for the super chat, and Kaylin, thank you very much for the super chat. You guys are fantastic. What level am I now in Borderlands? I'm not sure what level I am in Borderlands. I'm somewhere between... I'm close to 30. I haven't played in a couple days. I haven't played any games in a couple days. I hurt my neck at Taekwondo a couple days ago, and yesterday I was super busy anyway. But I haven't been playing anything. I think that the only gaming that I did yesterday was my son and I sat down and we played Pokemon for a little while. Joe, have I reached out to John Justice at all since the last interview? I sent an email to not John, but to somebody else at Google, the go-between person. I sent a message to them, and I have not heard back yet, so fingers crossed. It usually takes time. Like, they don't respond to emails instantaneously, probably because they get hundreds of emails a day, I'm sure. But Andrew, I'm working on it. All right, I'm back. Have you... I already read that. Oh, thank you, Solo. Yeah, we were at Taekwondo, and my wife and I were working on scissor takedowns, and she did a takedown on me, and I did not fall the right way, and I hurt my neck, and it is killing me. But we've got belt testing coming up, so I got to get ready. So I actually have Taekwondo again tonight, which I probably will go to, even though I probably shouldn't. Just because I gotta get ready. I gotta get ready. So, for those of you that don't know, now that we've had a chance to just kind of chill out and answer a question, what exactly is open mic? Somebody might ask. Well, open mic is... on Sundays when we do the show, at the end of the show, we always answer like your questions and stuff like that. But a lot of times there's a lot of questions that we miss. So on Thursdays, when I can, we try to do open mic where I just sit down and I have a conversation with you. You guys decide what it is that we're going to talk about, and we have a conversation about video games. So that's what we're doing. And Mark Hogan, thank you very much for that super chat. I appreciate it. If you're wondering, what are these super chat things? These are ways that people can support the channel. But when you do a super chat, you can also ask a question and guarantee that it gets an answer. Guarantee that it gets seen by me. Because right now there's 86 people in here, which is not a lot for this particular channel, but usually when we get a lot of people in here, chat starts going pretty fast and it's hard to keep up. Andrew says, when do you think they will announce new news games? I assume he means new games for 2020. I'm so definitely by February, but I'm anticipating that we will get an announcement of some kind this month. I'm thinking that we'll get something in the next 2 weeks, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but I'm thinking that we will get some kind of announcement, maybe a Stadia Connect, maybe not a Connect, but I think that we'll get some kind of game announcement in the next 2 weeks. Fingers crossed. For me personally, though, I have so much to play, I can't possibly get through it all. I haven't touched Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. I have that and the sequel to play through. I haven't touched that. I haven't finished Borderlands yet. Destiny 2 has been calling to me a little bit. Plus, I have Nintendo stuff that I want to play. So, I'm really, you know, I'm sure, look, I know this is not all about me. I think it would be better. I think it would be good. I think it would be good for games to come out sooner rather than later, because you want people to be able to start playing games that they want. And there's a lot of people who've already played the games that we have, so they're looking for more stuff. And I can understand how, to somebody who nothing is really appealing for, they might say, I want a game right now. But for me personally, I'm in no rush. I've got lots to play. Francois says, Elder Scrolls Online really soon? I hope so, but I don't think so. I made a video about this yesterday, I think. I think it was yesterday. Maybe it was, yeah, it was yesterday. I posted the video about Elder Scrolls Online. And I think that we're probably looking at June for Elder Scrolls Online, because if you look, a viewer had made a comment in the YouTube comments about the history of ZeniMax launching either Elder Scrolls or the expansions, and they tend to get launched in June. So I'm guessing that we will get a launch in June. Arcane, Final Fantasy 15 is my go-to. Oh yeah, Final Fantasy 15. I have that to play too. Yeah, so I have 2 Tomb Raider games and Final Fantasy 15 to play. I don't have time for more games to come to Stadia, but I'm not selfish. I'm not going to say don't bring games to Stadia. I'm just saying I got plenty to play right now. Mark Hogan, if you could make one improvement to Stadia, what would it be? The library. That's it. The library. And that's going to happen over time. If I can make 2 changes to Stadia, I would say the library. And then the second change would be, I don't know that it's to Stadia in particular, but to the gaming industry as a whole, is crossplay on everything. That would be a huge improvement. There's still a lot of people who don't know about Stadia. Why don't they advertise more? That's a good question. I don't know. Oh, speaking of advertisements, they gave us these stickers, right? When we ordered our Founders thing. And so I put one on my iPad case. Like, here's my iPad case. But what I didn't realize is that it had another little film that you could peel off, and I took that off. It looked so much better. So if you did not know, those Stadia stickers that you guys have, there's a layer that you can peel off after you put the sticker down, and it looks a lot better. Got to finish Final Fantasy 15, had beaten it on mobile. The end was pretty different. Much more interesting end bosses on console. Yeah, I can't wait to get to it. I love the intro to that game. How when you first start up, like, clearly Noct is older. Some time has passed. Like, he's got a beard, and he looks a little worn down. And you're fighting some dude with fire or something. I don't really know what that is, but you're fighting this guy, and then it zooms out, and then next thing you know, it's previously, and you're pushing the car, you're pushing the Regalia down the road. I love that intro, especially with the music. The music choice is so weird and outside of the norm. I just absolutely adore the intro to Final Fantasy 15. I need to play it more. Solo says, hey Bill, do you know when Stadia is officially launching for everyone else? All right. So thank you very much for the support, Solo. That's the wrong button. Thank you very much for the support, Solo. I appreciate it. Any support to the channel is amazing, so thank you very much for that. But do I know when Stadia is officially launching for everyone else? No, I don't. But I suspect that it will be in next month. It will be February. And the reason I suspect that, I assume that a lot of people probably suspect this, is because they gave us 3 months of Pro. And I assume that at the end of those 3 months is when Stadia Base will come out. That being said, is it possible that we would get to the end of Pro and they would say, okay, you have to resubscribe if you want to continue with Pro. But if you are already somebody, if you're a founder, then those games that you bought, not the Pro games, but the games that you purchased and played on Stadia, you can still play those. So Base is open for founders, but it's not open for everyone yet. I can see them doing that as well, and then delaying Stadia Base. Like right now, the whole idea behind Stadia Base is that everybody's going to be able to use it, right? So they want to make sure that it is the best experience possible. And in order to get the best experience possible, what they need to do is they need to collect lots and lots of data and see how it's used. From what I understand, one of the ways to improve the experience on PC is to use VP9. It may not look as good, but the quality difference is negligible, and the latency difference and data usage difference is huge. That's what I understand from about VP9. So I think that before we see Stadia Base actually come out, we will see VP9 being used more widely on Chrome than it is right now, because right now you are kind of sometimes using VP9 and sometimes you're using H.264. But thank you very much for the question. I'm curious what you all think. Let me know in the comment section down below, or of course in chat. Let me know what you think about when Stadia is officially launching for everyone else, because I want to know what you think too. That's why we have this open mic. It's a two-way street. It's not just me telling you what I think. I want to know what you think. Let's see. Is that an arcade cabinet behind you, Bill? Yes, it is. It's an arcade cabinet. It is an old Asteroids Deluxe arcade cabinet. It did not work. It was broken, and so I yanked all the guts out of it, and I built where is my hand? There we go. I built controls for it myself, and put a computer screen in there, and inside there is a retro Pi. So there you go. Yeah, that's an arcade cabinet right there. Asteroids Deluxe. Joel Thompson says, I'm shocked GDC didn't announce Stadia 2P games, and we didn't get an update from anyone about her working for Stadia. Insane. Oh yeah, the Stadia 2P games. Yeah, you know what? I don't even remember what that is now. I remember seeing that in chat and thinking to myself, that's weird. Usually they call it Stadia Games and Entertainment. Why are they calling it Stadia 2P Games? So that was confusing to me. Andrew says, I'm a bit disappointed that not all games are 4K. I do understand this is more of an on the developer, but I'm hoping Stadia push them to develop games for 4K. Well, the reason that we don't have a lot of games on 4K right now is because the idea, whenever you're making a game and then you're porting that game to a platform that it wasn't originally designed for, there are going to be corners that you have to cut in order to get that game to run well. And one of the things that they had to cut was performance. They had to cut performance because the game was not originally made for Stadia. That being said, over time, as these developers learn more about how developing for Stadia works, they're going to learn these tricks which will allow them to hit that 4K mark that everybody is talking about. Now, to be fair, everybody's talking about it because Google is the one that brought it up. Google brought 4K to the party. And what they should have done is they should have left that 4K at home. Not saying not have 4K, but I'm saying not focus on it. I think that that's their biggest mistake that they've made so far in their messaging. But I fully anticipate that as we go through 2020, the games that we already have will have improvements that will have them running at a higher resolution. So that's one. And as we start to get games that are made for Stadia, that were made, like they started making it when they already knew what Stadia was, and they've been working with those dev kits a long time, those games are probably going to run way better than the launch games. If you look at the launch games for any platform, those launch games are always worse in as far as graphical fidelity than the games that come out at the end of the cycle. And the thing that we have to remember, the thing that's really exciting, is that the cycle for Google Stadia, there is no cycle. They're just going to keep upgrading hardware. In fact, I've been working on this for the past few days. I can show it to you. Where is it? It's in my notes app. Here we go, notes. So I gotta change screens here. That's not it. I keep hitting the wrong damn button. So I've got some ideas for what I want to talk about for a video that I'm making right here about the things about Stadia that I like and that people like. And that's definitely going to be something that I'm going to talk about on there, this idea of it continually evolving over time. But thank you for the question. Captain Skidmarks, it's a funny name. They supported the channel with a larger super chat, and I really appreciate that. They said, "Hey Bill, love your channel." I assume that mean love your channel, not live your channel. But hey, I'll live my channel if I want. Thank you for the advice. Then they said, "What game would you like Google Stadia first studio to make?" I'll be honest. What I would like them to make more than anything else is an MMO, a game that would have to be online all the time, even if it wasn't on Stadia. Because I feel like an MMO, a massively multiplayer online game, I feel like those kind of games benefit the most from being in the cloud. There's a lot of corners that you have to cut when you're dealing with a massive open world that you wouldn't have to cut if you didn't have to worry about, somebody having terrible hardware in their house. So what game would I like Google Stadia first studio to make? An MMO. Now, that's probably not the best idea for them, and here's the reason. Massively multiplayer online games take an insanely long time to make, and they need to get something on the shelf, on the shelves, as it were, as soon as they possibly can. If they don't, then people are going to say, "Oh, Stadia is not making any games," which is ridiculous. People are so impatient. People are so ridiculously impatient on the internet. But that's what I would like. I would personally, for me, I would like an MMO. What about you guys? What kind of game would you guys? What kind of game would you like to see be the first party game for Google Stadia? Sofa Spy says, since Stadia hired a bunch of Ubisoft devs, and they also acquired Typhoon Studios, which also made up a former Ubisoft devs, is it safe to say that there will be similar to Ubisoft's style of titles? I don't know. I'm sure that they'll make all kinds of different games. I'm going to say an unpopular opinion here. I'm not a huge fan of Ubisoft's style of games. Like, I don't like Tom Clancy games, even a little. I'm trying to think of other stuff that they make. I will say this. I really like the idea behind that roller derby game that Ubisoft is making. I think that would be really cool. And something that is, speaking of Ubisoft, a partnership that I would like to see is I would like to see the first month of Ubisoft Plus, or whatever the hell it's called. I can't remember. I would like to see that first month of Ubisoft Plus be included in our Stadia Pro subscription, just for 1 month, just so that people can try it out. I think that would be really good for Ubisoft, and it would be very good for Stadia, and it would be good for consumers as well. I think it would be a win-win-win in all parts of the world, if that makes sense. Thank you for the question. I appreciate it. Eric Boyd, Super Chats. Thank you very much for the support, Eric. They said, Worm game is already in the can. Release the worm. See, the thing is when I talked to John, and this is from memory, so I'm not exactly sure like the exact wording, but he made it seem like it's not really a game. It's just a thing that they have to help them test features. So I would not expect the Worm game to actually get released, because it's not really a game. It's just a feature testing platform that they made. Kyle Lambing, Watch Dogs and Gods and Monsters does look good. Well, Watch Dogs looks good. Gods and Monsters, we don't know anything about that. That's all we've seen is a, ooh, look at this cutscene. We really don't know anything about that. Am I interested in it? Yeah. But I would say that we really don't know much about Gods and Monsters. Zach Chartier says, why do you think there's been no mention of Doom 2016? The last thing we were told was that it was a launch title, or wasn't, and Google has not mentioned it again at all. Well, they never said that it was a launch title. They just said that it was coming to Stadia. Everybody assumed, since it's a game from 2016, and it was one of the games that they that id Software helped them. Oh my god, my Google Home sitting next to me keeps piping up. But anyway, it was one of those. It was a game that id Software ported to Stadia and got it working, and they were like, hey, look, it really does work. So we all assumed that it would be a launch game, and then I assumed that it would be the first game that we got in December. I assumed it would be one of the pro games for December. But now I'm assuming that what's going to happen is when Doom Eternal comes out, that Doom 2016 will be the pro game that month, and that will also be when it gets released. That's my guess. I could be wrong, but I think it would build a lot of hype for Doom Eternal. Hey, Lloyd, what's up, man? What are you confused about? Do I use my Google Home to launch games? Not really. I've used it like just to test it, but I don't do it very often. I just realized that I'm not centered. I gotta center my camera. Let me fix my camera real quick. There, that's a little bit better. Fisto says, speaking of Worm game, I'd like a battle royale version of the basic trajectory Worm game. Not sure how they would work around turn-based mechanic. I think that would be better. Excuse me, that would be better on like phones, Fisto. But I get what you're saying. Wow, Rez, you're 52 on that game. Holy cow, man. How many hours do you think you've played it? I wish there was a counter. Sam wants to know if there's anything from CES that caught my eye. Not really. There was a cool laptop where the screen folds in a different way than normal, which I thought was neat. But I haven't really been paying attention to CES. I've just been too busy. No more than 2 or 3. And yes, I would love a good battle royale game. Although Daryl Smock, Smash is not a battle royale game. That's a fighting game. A battle royale game is that kind of game where you're one person and you're fighting against 99 other people and only one of you can win. Hugo Bass. Wait. Hugo. I'll just say Hugo. Do I think the base launch will be a low hyped launch? I don't think so. I think that Google's going to hype it up a bunch. At least that's what they should do. They should include demos. They should say, all right, everybody. So we're going to have demos. In addition to that, we're going to make sure that everybody can try. Like, there's this one game and everybody gets to try that one for free for the first month. Actually, you know what they should do? They should give away a month of Pro to anybody that signs up for the first, in the first week or something. They should do that because that would only get people to sign up faster. So I don't think it's going to be low hype. I think it's going to be really hyped if Google knows what they're doing. I will say this. I don't know if you guys noticed or not. Let me bring it up. If you go to YouTube right now, where's my show button? There we go. Down here, more from YouTube. Did you guys notice that? Movies and shows, gaming, live, and fashion for some reason. That's interesting to me. I think that is very, very interesting. What's going on right there? Because first off, that should be up higher. I think that library history, watch later, purchases, news updates. Oh, that's one of my playlists. My playlists and stuff, that should all be down lower. Subscriptions should be up higher. And then more from YouTube should be up higher. And why fashion is on there, I have no idea. That's really, really weird. But I wasn't sure if you guys noticed that because I had never seen it before. So Solo Han, thank you very much for the super chat, for the support. I appreciate it. They said, hey, Bill, are you and Lloyd going to do another co-op live stream anytime soon? We would love to. The problem is that we're in 2 different time zones and our schedules don't usually match up. But that is definitely something that we want to do. I just don't know when we're going to do it. But thank you very much for the support. Yeah, the last one that we did, we played Borderlands, and we both streamed at the same time, which was really cool. Yeah, they've been there for a while. I was like, maybe I should make a video about it, and then I decided not to. Jason Brown, do you think we'll see a Stadia Connect before Stadia Base lands? I am going to say 99% yes. 99% sure that we will see a Stadia Connect before Stadia Base. In fact, I'm anticipating that we will get a Stadia Connect in the next 2 weeks. Co-op whilst recording a Stadia cast, that makes for bad listening. I don't know if you know or not, but Lloyd and I don't script our show, so everything is off the top of our head, and while we're recording, if we are also playing a game, that's going to really make it hard for me to form a complete thought. Cowtown FPV, what do you think about the Destiny 2 player base drop? That's a great question. I want to talk about this. I considered making it, you know what, maybe I'm going to make this its own video. Let me pause the music. I think that that's what I might do. Let me just get my little notebook, which, if you did not know, it's a Game Boy. Game Boy. Now you're playing with power. And I'm going to write down a time. So this is going to be, what is this video? I'm going to make a video right now, and I'm trying to think of what the hell it is. Oh, yeah. Destiny 2 base drop. And we're going to start that at 41:45. All right. So in just a second, I'm going to start the video. Hey everyone, welcome back. Bill here from Stadiacast. I'm actually in the middle of an open mic, which is a thing that I do on Thursdays where people ask questions. And somebody just asked a really good question. They said, what do you think, this was Cowtown FPV asked, what do you think about the Destiny 2 player base drop? And I thought, I'm going to answer this question, but when I do, I think that this is a question that I need to address a little bit more lengthy, and I'm going to do it a whole bunch of times because a lot of people have been talking about this. So I decided to make a video while I was doing it. So let's talk about this idea that half the player base of Destiny 2 dropped out. Well, let's look at it in a couple of ways. First, why did it happen? It happened because suddenly we had more games to play. Destiny 2 is a shooter, right? And it is a really, really fun shooter, but Borderlands 2 just came out. Or I'm sorry, Borderlands 3 just came out. So I feel like people aren't tending to play both of those games concurrently. Most people are either settling on playing Destiny or settling on playing Borderlands 3 if they are focused on a shooter. So my guess is what happened is a lot of people were playing Destiny, and then Borderlands 3 came out, and they said, well, I'm going to go play that for a little while, and I can come back and play Destiny 2 afterwards. There's also going to be a big drop-off because a lot of people, everybody who has Stadia got Destiny 2 for free. Essentially, because we all have Stadia Pro and it was included, so we all claimed it and started playing it, right? There's going to be a large number of people who are playing that game in the first week because maybe it's the only game they had. That and Samurai Showdown, sorry. But there's going to be a lot of people who are playing that game in that first week who are going to say, okay, this is not a game for me. I don't like this game. I'm not interested in this game. I'm going to move on and play something else. So of course, those are people who are going to leave the game. We also have to keep in mind that the Stadia user base right now is not growing. It's not growing not because it's a bad platform, but because it's an untested platform. And there's so many people out there who, while they are interested in Stadia, they're not the gambling type. And they don't want to drop $130 on trying Stadia out. Because right now, who has access to Destiny 2 on Stadia? People who have Founders Packs, people who have Premier Editions, and people who have Buddy Passes. And for those people, I mean, that's going to be a small number of people. Now, this is definitely something that I think will fix itself once we get to Stadia Base, which I anticipate that we're going to probably get that in February or March. I'm thinking February because that's 3 months after launch, and we got Stadia Pro for 3 months. We'll see what happens. But I think that Destiny 2, its numbers will come back up after Stadia Base comes out. That being said, I understand why people are upset about Destiny 2 numbers going down. It makes it harder to do certain things like Crucible. Crucible is probably one of the least popular things in the game because it's PvP. And a lot of the people who are playing Destiny don't have a lot of confidence with, Destiny 2 on Stadia. A lot of the people who are playing Destiny 2 on Stadia, they just don't have a lot of confidence with probably how they will play when they play against other people because they're new. And let me tell you, Destiny 2 is an overwhelming game. There's a lot of stuff and it is very confusing. So a lot of the people who are playing are probably avoiding the PvP stuff, and that means Crucible makes it hard for us to get a match. And I forget what the other one is where it's like PvP versus PvE kind of thing. I'm sure somebody in chat will let me know. But it's really Gambit. I think I remember now. It's Gambit. That's going to be harder to get matches. The long and the short of it is that Stadia is a small platform right now, which I think will exponentially grow in 2020. But right now it's a small platform and people are getting distracted playing other things than Destiny. There is a lot of websites out there that are saying Stadia is failing because half the players stopped playing. No, half the players who were playing Destiny 2 stopped playing Destiny 2 and started playing other stuff. And anybody who tells you otherwise, A, doesn't actually know anything because we don't know how many people are playing Stadia every day. And B, they're just trying to be negative so that they can get clicks. Or C, they're misinformed and they need somebody to inform them. That being said, I wouldn't waste your time trying to inform them because 90% of those people who are saying this stuff, they know exactly what's going on. They're just trying to get clicks. Anyway, thank you very much for the question. I hope that I was able to answer it. And if you didn't know, you can get more Stadia news right here every Sunday. We record a show live. It's called Stadiacast. You can listen to it in your favorite podcasting app. Subscribe for free. And speaking of subscribing, before you leave, click that like button right down below. Click the subscribe button and click the bell so you get notified every time I go live. So maybe you can come to the next open mic and propose a question that will turn into a video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. And 4821. 4827. There we go. I just made a video. The goofy, angry look. Yeah, I'll tell you what. You know what? You know what will make me not click on your YouTube video faster than anything else is when you do those stupid faces. Like when people are like, or they like make eyes really big, like all that stuff. That makes me never, ever click your video. All right, now I can create a highlight video. I don't know if you guys can see that here. I'm going to show this process to you guys. So that started at 41:45. And that's not quite right. I think that's probably it. And then it went to 48:27. And I need to go a little bit further. There we go, 48:30. 48:45. Right there, 48:54. Right there. Boy, look at that ugly mug. Let's create a title for it. Destiny 2 losing players does not spell the doom for Stadia. That's a horrible title. Can you guys help me come up with a better title than that? I need help coming up with a better title than that. And I'll get rid of the... We'll go back to the super chats. Why Destiny 2 is losing players on Stadia. Why Destiny 2 is losing players on Stadia. It's not what you think. Should I say it's not what you think? Destiny 2 player drop in Stadia is not as bad as it seems. That's too much wordy. It's too wordiness. Too wordiness? Jeez. Oh my god. Oh, I like that. Rezzed. All right, stop talking, guys. I can't copy it. I'll just have to type it. Destiny 2 losing players on Stadia isn't. Oh my god. Look at what I just did. Look at what I typed. Destamao 2 PSOMG open brace. All right, let me try it again. Destiny 2 players. No, Destiny 2 losing players on Stadia isn't a sign of anything. All right, and I will hit create. There we go. We just made a video, everybody. Thank you. Now, I need to make that not public so that I can make a thumbnail first, and I'll post the video later. We'll make that private. Save. Holy cow. Bill's fingers are drunk. No, they were just moved over one letter. Ghosty boy, let's relax there, buddy. Yeah, Res TV is Lloyd. See, here's the thing: is half of you guys are already here. Nobody's gonna watch that video. Oh, okay. Just a sec, Lloyd. Holy cow, Lloyd! That's insane. One day, 14 hours and 53 minutes. You just bought the game. And that's just on one character. Wow. All right, thank you very much, Arcane. And Daryl. Jerome, you play Destiny 2 every day? As soon as I finish Borderlands, I'll be playing more Destiny 2. Sorry, I gotta turn on the fan in here. Oh, I can't turn on the fan in here. Holy cow, Daryl Smock Jr., welcome to becoming a superhero. Thank you. That's awesome of you. Thank you very much. Superhero Daryl Smock Jr. There you go. That's a level of support that we have very few people at that level of support. So thank you very much for that. Bowser 13, I don't finish games. I finished Darksiders and Guilt. Seriously, Daryl, thank you very much for becoming a superhero. That's fantastic of you. Yeah, see, when you become a superhero, I shout you out with the superhero voice. Captain Skidmarks, thank you very much for becoming a supporter. Look at those people clicking the join button. That's really helpful. New platform, new bill. I'm impressed. Well, here's the thing, Bowser. As on Switch, I was just getting inundated with free indie games, and I couldn't keep up with anything. I don't think that we're getting Cyberpunk 2077 day and date on Stadia. Real quick, I want to just take a second and I want to thank all the people who've supported today. We got Joel Thompson, Solo, Kaylin, Mark, Solo again, Skid Marks, Eric, Solo again, Daryl Smock, and Captain Skid Marks again. Thank you guys so much for your support. It really does mean a lot. Vaxxer says, I feel like the Switch is mostly for indie games. I mean, it's mostly for Nintendo games. Kyle, thank you very much for becoming a supporter. I appreciate it. Man, 3 new members today. Or is it 4? I think it's 4 new members today. Look at that little rainbow going across the road. I think it's 4 new members today. Is it? Does this have the count wrong? Oh no, it's 3. Solo says, thank you, Bill, for all your hard work with this channel. It is a lot of hard work, but I'm having a blast. I wouldn't... Listen, I want to make one thing absolutely clear. Absolutely clear. I can't speak for Lloyd, but I can speak for myself. I wouldn't do this if it weren't fun. No matter how much support people threw at me, I would not do this if it weren't fun. I already have a job that I do that... Well, no, see, I would do that job even if I didn't. I would be a teacher even if I didn't get paid for it. Don't tell anybody, because I love that job. It's so much fun. But I would also do this job for free. I mean, I do this job for free, so there's that. But maybe I'm just lucky, I guess. I don't know. The Cycling Granddad. Good show, fella. Thanks, Pops. I like that name. It kicked you out of the stream? And Rez agrees with me. Well, that's not a huge surprise. He's a pretty awesome dude. Well, Lloyd and I only spend an hour a week together. Lloyd and I only spend about an hour a week together. As far as my podcasting stuff, like any planning and stuff that I do is usually I have my iPad and I have it on my lap downstairs sitting with my son while he's playing a game or something, you know. And then of course we have Taekwondo together. But as far as the actual show, the only, like, the time that it takes away from other things is not that much time, and that's because I don't script things, if that makes sense. Kyle says, I subbed on Twitch. I don't know if you still that at all, but that's where I have a free sub. Yeah, I still use Twitch. I stream on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for an hour. On Monday, Wednesday, Friday for 1 hour, I sit down and I record Nintendo Switchcraft. In fact, if you haven't already followed me on Twitch, you should. Go to twitch.tv/runjumpstomp and follow me over there, and you can check out my Nintendo show. And while you're at it, you can follow Lloyd's Twitch channel, which is Rezzed TV. And, of course, check out, I got a bunch of shows. I can show off some of the shows that I have. runjumpstomp.com/shows. What? Oh, I forgot the P. It's loading in right now. Uh-oh, I have to fix this. It still says coming November 5th. It's already here. It's already out. So I have Nintendo Switchcraft. That's my Nintendo show. I need to update that because it has new art now. Stadiacast, which you guys are all familiar with. Run, Jump, Stomp, which is a podcast that I record on my phone. I record it on my phone whenever I get around to it. And then 143 Pixels is my newest show, and that is probably the one that I am the most proud of, even though it has the smallest number of people that listen to it. But I'm very, very happy with that. And Fisto became a member. Thank you very, very much, Fisto. I appreciate it. Holy cow. That's yet another member. Man, your name is really hard to read when it's surrounded with green. But Fisto, thank you for becoming a supporter. I appreciate it. Holy cow, Lloyd, you going to be able to keep up that pace? Ghosty Boy, they're like 14. I teach 9th graders. You recorded them ahead of time. There you go. Thank you, Kyle. Raven, how do I become a member on my cell phone? You know what? I don't know. Let me try and bring up the show on my cell phone. Let's mute that. I don't know that you can. I don't think you can. Because I'm looking, I don't see where you can. So you got to do it from a PC. There's a member button next to the sub thing? I didn't see it. Oh, close chat. I closed chat. All I see is subscribe. By the way, I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but right there it says subscribe and there's a little bell next to it. If you click that bell, you get notified when I do stuff. It has to be a game you love, Rezzed. It has to be a game you loved. Maybe I can't see it because it's me. You know what I mean? Maybe that's why I can't see it. And yeah, it might be an Android versus iOS thing. Hey, Ahmed. That's right, Sam. Any news out today? There's no new news. Well, you know why that is, Kyle. The reason that episode was so great is because I had an awesome guest on. So even if it's not a game that you care about, I guarantee that you're going to enjoy listening to it because I invited awesome people. Stadia Joe, I've started a Stadia streaming channel on YouTube. Any advice is how to gain subscribers? Make good content, make it consistently, and then be lucky. Like, that's what you got to do. If you are just live streaming and not making other content as well, you're going to struggle. You're absolutely going to struggle at that. So make sure that you are making content that is not live streaming, because if you're only live streaming, then people can only find your content when you're live. And it has to be really good content too. Well, the motocross game we already knew about, Daryl. So like, that's not new news. That's old stuff. But we did see that horrendous video. And yeah, you could also tell people to like and sub. I hate telling people to like and subscribe. I don't like doing it, but it really does work. Like right now, there are 148 people watching. So far, I've had 77 likes on this particular stream. If I said, hey everybody, if you haven't already, click that thumbs up button, that number will go up almost instantaneously, because people are like, oh yeah, I forgot to click it. So I don't know what to tell you. Like, you got to say it. It's just, I find it annoying, but it only takes a couple of seconds, and it already went up to 87. 80. I just went down. Somebody just disliked. My guess is it was Vaxxer. And now it's at 89. So, speaking of the likes and subscribes, if we hit 110 likes on this stream today, I will give away a buddy pass. And look at that. Raven Anime, thank you very much. Oh my God. Superhero Raven Anime, thank you very much for your support. I appreciate it, man. I really do. Thank you, Raven. And Raven, you changed your avatar. And thanks for the sub, Haroon. Haroon. Your TV has the wired Chromecast. Oh, I didn't see the previous question. When I play Red Dead Redemption 2 on my laptop, my connection shows good. When I switch over to my TV, it will you can come in. It will remain good. Yeah, sure. There you go. Okay. What the heck was I saying? Oh. When I play Red Dead 2 on my laptop, my connection shows good, and when I switch over to my TV, it will remain on good and not switch over to excellent. But if I start the game on the TV, it will show excellent. That's weird, Andrew. I don't know. Yeah, that was my son. He wanted to borrow some of my Switch games. I'm using a wired Chromecast with gigabit internet, and my connection never shows as excellent. Always good. That might have to do with your router. You know, if you've got kind of a crappy router, it's going to give you not great results. When will we finally get to buy Stadia controllers on their own so we can finally play split screen on Chromecast? You already can, Ahmed. You already can. That's the Premier Edition. It's not easy to find. Buy Stadia controller. There you go. Here, I'll drop this link in chat for you. I'll drop this link in chat for you. Here you go. Wait, why didn't it paste? Oh, it did. Okay. Excellent only appears when you're playing on a 4K TV. Oh, that makes sense, Nick D. I never thought about that. All right, guys, listen up. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a minute. I'm going to go get some more water because I'm out. And I'm going to refill my drinks. I'm going to stretch my leg. I'm going to refill my drink. I'm going to stretch my legs. And we'll be back for about 2 minutes, probably. And hopefully we'll hit 110 likes by then, and I will be able to give away a buddy pass. So stick around, everyone. All right, I'm back. I'm back. And look at that, 110 likes. Let me get a, here's what I'm going to do, everybody. Follow me on Twitter, because that's where I'm going to tweet it out. I'm going to tweet it out because people have complained that the delay makes it unfair for people who are watching at a higher bitrate. All right. At Google Stadia. Buddy Pass. Good luck. Don't forget to subscribe to at Stadiacast for all your Stadia news. All right, everybody, I'm going to tweet it out in 3, 2, 1, go. There you go. I just tweeted it out over at Run Jump Stomp on Twitter. Good luck to everybody who is looking for a buddy pass. Now you might be able to get one. Quick, everyone hide. All right. Anyone have a problem that your controller will disconnect from the game you are playing? Screen gets lossy. You keep running in a direction, and eventually you get a controller disconnected message. That happened to me twice since the service launched, but 99% of the time it's fine. So I'm not sure what causes that. Gary, any idea about Stadia Base's release date? We talked about this earlier, so I recommend that after the show you go back and watch some more. Ahmed, I asked John Justice about this, and we don't know when that is happening, but they did say that they are doing something along the lines of family sharing. Goblin Lord, I did see the Tequila Works tweet about going on the show. We're currently talking through Twitter, trying to work out the details. What kind of glass is this? This is glass made out of sand, I'm guessing. Silicon dioxide, most likely, which is SiO2, which, if you did not know, is also known as quartz. That's what most sand is, but this one has a centipede logo on it, and on the other side, an Atari logo. Any news when the controller will work with Wi-Fi? It already works with Wi-Fi, Kalen. If you mean when the controller will work with Wi-Fi and you're not like on a computer or something, we don't know yet. Danger Dude, have I tried intermittent fasting? No, but thanks for calling me a fat guy. Why are you asking me about that? Sam, I actually am a science teacher. I was making a joke. I did not take offense. I just didn't know why they were asking me that. I did. I told you everything that's in the science book. You don't have to read it now. I'm just kidding. Learn to read a science book. Otherwise, when you get to college, you'll be in trouble. Do I think that Google is making any moves on the communication side in general, or do you think they are working on the service primarily? I think it's two different people, or you're talking about two different teams of people. I feel like, you know, there's people who are working on the server side nonsense and you know the experience of it, and then there's people who are working on marketing, and those two sets of people are not talking to each other very much, and I think that's really where the big problem is. Do I think that they're making any moves on the communication side in general? I think so. I hope so. Careful, guys. You're going to get Bill Nye to sue me. Ghosty Boy, you should make another channel and it will be you teaching science. I have another channel where it's me teaching science, but it's hidden to anybody that's not my student. See you later, Bowser. Thank you very much for stopping in. Do I like the steady trickle of Stadia updates when we want something every new couple weeks, or would it have been better to make it all up front at launch? I don't think it makes sense for them to say everything at the beginning. They gotta wait. Dizdrone, Bill, why don't you ever engage with any of the other Stadia personalities on YouTube or websites? I mean, I don't have time to watch other YouTubers watch their stuff. I don't watch other Stadia creators. I don't watch other Nintendo creators, with the exception of Lloyd, and even Lloyd's show I only watch or listen to once in a great while. I just don't have time. So why don't I engage with these other people? Because I don't know who they are. Renegade Robs, any game recommendations for Stadia? It depends on what kind of games you like, but I really liked Guilt. It's very short, but I enjoyed it a lot. So there's my... Oh man, my son just made popcorn. There's my recommendation to you. Hugo, about Destiny numbers. The difference between December numbers and January numbers are about the same on all platforms, about minus 15% across all platforms. I never thought to do the math on that, Hugo. Thank you for that information. Oh, Ghosty Boy, you got me there. I do watch Nintendo's videos. Danger Dude. Why do I think that is? I think the reason why 90% of the YouTubers out there say bad things about Stadia is because they know that saying negative stuff gets more clicks than saying positive stuff. So, and I'm not saying all of them are doing this, but a lot of them are being negative for no other reason that gets them more clicks. That's the reason, I believe. See you later, Jem. Thanks for stopping in. That's how you know that you can trust what Lloyd and I say is our real opinions, because if we wanted to make more money, we would just be negative all the time because it would make us more money. Sofa Spy, if you do have a show with Tequila Works, you should ask them if Google is flirting with them with an acquisition. I would not ask that question, Sofa Spy, and the reason I wouldn't ask that question is because they cannot answer that question. If they answer that question, it might pull a deal out from under them, and that would be bad. So they would just say, well, we can't talk about that, or they would deflect. I wouldn't ask a question that I can't possibly get an answer for. I've heard the PS4, Xbox, Destiny 2 rumors for October, November dropped something like 75%. This is from when it went free to play a month later. All right. Predictions for February Pro games. Let's take a look. I'm going to look at what's on the system now. I mean, the easy thing to say would be Tomb Raider 3, or whatever it's called, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. But I don't think that... I think that they're not going to do that. Let's look at all games here. All right, what do we got? Well, I don't know. Grid's pretty expensive. Kine is a possibility. How about instead of predicting, I'm just gonna say the ones that I want to be free, or included. Wolfenstein Youngblood. I think that would be a good game for inclusion in Stadia Pro next month. And the other one I would say would be Kine. I think those two games would be a good inclusion for next month. You think Final Fantasy 15 is a contender? Oh, that would upset me. I don't don't know that we know it's going to be Tomb Raider. You know what? Maybe they would do an Assassin's Creed Origins, but only like the base game, not the other stuff that comes with it. And then they would probably do a deal where you can upgrade to get the other stuff version. Daryl Smock Jr. says Doom. I don't think that we will be getting Doom until Doom Eternal comes out. Yeah, and Goblin Lord has a point. Maybe there won't be 2 games next month. We really don't know. I think what they should have done, I think what it would have been better for them is the first month they gave us 2 games. Awesome. I think the second month it should have just been 1 game. Not because I don't like to get stuff, but I think it should have been 1 game just in order to set expectations to, oh, maybe it's not always 2 games. And then the third month, you give us the 2 games. McSaucy, I think that they will do that eventually, but I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. It takes too long to make those games. Well, Danger Dude, here's the thing. First off, Stadia is pretty well competitive with the other consoles. It really is, as far as the price of the games on the system. As far as PC, I did a whole video about how much games should cost, and I think it kind of explains why PC games are always cheaper than always. Most of the time are cheaper than console games. So I don't think that makes a lot of sense. But for anybody to be mad at Google about the pricing doesn't understand how the gaming industry works. Google doesn't set the prices, the publishers do. And when you've got a brand new system, that does not have a lot of games, there's going to be a lot of publishers who say, well, we'll make our games more expensive because they don't have a lot of competition. So let's say that you're playing games on Stadia, you look and you only have X number of games, then maybe you will be more likely to buy a game at a higher price than you would have otherwise because there's not a lot of options. So if you want to be mad at somebody, be mad at the publishers, not Google. It's not Google's fault. All right, I'm back. I do think that we will get classic games, and I look forward to it. Andy, hey Bill, are you aware that Rage 2 glitched earlier this week, making it unplayable for all players for a number of hours on Stadia? I was not aware of that. I'm interested in learning more. I'm not upset about it, though, because that happens on every platform. Right now, anytime anything bad happens on Stadia, people are like, it's the end of the world. See, Stadia is terrible. But what they don't realize is they fail to remember all the times when... Remember when PlayStation got hacked and you couldn't play on PSN for it was 3 weeks or something, and it was right around Christmas? Do people forget about that? People did. People forgot about that. And people are going to forget any of the stumbling blocks that happened with Stadia at the beginning, too. Mool. Okay, yeah, Google has final say on whether or not it's going to be on the store, but they don't control the price. And if they tried to control the price, then they would have less games. And if they have less games, then everybody would be saying, well, there's nothing to play on Stadia. Stadia Joe, did I buy the Claw yet? No, I didn't buy it. I don't care about playing on my phone. Playing a game on a screen this small, not interested. I'm just not interested. I prefer to play on bigger screens. I got a 27-inch screen in front of me here. I've got a screen in the other room. I've got a big screen TV downstairs. That's where I'm going to be playing my games. I'm not going to be playing on my phone. Now, what I will be playing on is my iPad. When that's available, I'm going to be playing on my iPad because this is a nice big screen. Justin Koingsoff. I think I actually pronounced that one right. We'll see. Justin Koingsoff says, I've got nothing to say except thanks for continuing to put out great content. Justin, thank you very much for the support. You make it a lot easier to do this when you support like that. So big thank you to you, Justin. I appreciate it. And Jupiter, thank you for the sub. Uh, 9918. I don't think the claw is a very elegant solution. Just your opinion. How come? The thing about the claw that I thought was interesting is the fact that your phone is like above your controller instead of above your controller, if that makes sense. I thought that was very interesting the way that they had done that. Did that, sorry. I don't know, man. I mean, you're not wrong. Apple's going to want their share of the revenue. However, it's Stadia is no different than Steam Link, and Steam Link is on there. And it's no different than the PlayStation app, which is on there. Kenishoff. All right, I'll try better next time, Justin Kenishoff. The Silent G. Bill, you will maybe interviewing the only dev team which made a Stadia exclusive game right now. I hope you can squeeze some inside info about dev views about Stadia. I mean, that's really what we're hoping to do. In fact, I can go to Twitter right now. It's hang on, I gotta have to go to TweetDeck. I gotta go to TweetDeck right now. Look at my messages. See what we got. Okay, nothing, no new information, but I'm looking forward to talking to them. I really liked Guilt. I thought that game was fantastic. We need a supercut of all the names Bill mispronounces. That would be awesome, but I don't have the time to make something like that. Well, thank you very much, Bernard. If you guys didn't know, I got a lot of podcasting help being a contestant on a show called America's Next Top Podcaster. Let me find a link to it. Wait. There we go. Let me find a link. I was in season 1 of America's Next Top Podcaster, and I had an absolute blast doing that show. So make sure that you check that out. Listen to season 1. And we had to come up with a new podcast every single week. Well, Koengshoff, I'll do my best. Do I remember Sarcastic Gamer? I'm sorry, I don't. I have goldfish memory, so things just go in and out real quick. I don't have the best memory. But it sounds familiar, but I don't remember them. If that's you, I apologize for forgetting you. Please don't take it personally. You hosted a podcast there. Oh, you hosted a podcast on Sarcastic Gamer? Oh, okay. Obligatory question about the background music goes here. This particular song is by Alpheon. It's called Subconscious. If you like this music, check out Pretzel Rocks. If you type in Pretzel Rocks, you'll find it. Thanks, Stadia Source. Can I speak to any couch co-op games that may be coming out for Stadia? I mean, I know the same things that you do, so I haven't played any of them. Although now we have 2 controllers in the house, so I should get my son to join me on Darksiders Genesis sometime, so we can see how it works. I heard that the split screen's not great, but that kind of goes for all split screen. I'm not a fan of split screen gaming at all. I don't watch other Stadia stuff because I don't want it to influence me. I want to be able to come up with my own opinions. So I just don't watch that other stuff. I should do Extra Life this year. I did Extra Life once, and I only made like $5 for charity. That was kind of deflating. I felt like I let somebody down. Goblin Lord, it was pretty much as you expect. Like everything's too small. That's what I expect. I expect it to be too small. Now, Vaxxer, I'm not famous now. What do we got? We got about 10 minutes left because I got to get ready for Taekwondo. But if we hit 150 likes on this stream before we leave, then I will tweet out another Buddy Pass. That's not a bad idea, Stadia Joe. Maybe I'll do it. Rez, what are you talking about? Are you talking about Borderlands again? I thought you were 52 in Borderlands. And what is max level in that game? That's a great game. He started over. Well, he has been playing for was it? I can't remember now. 1 day, 14 hours, 53 minutes. Do I anticipate that developers will start announcing their games coming to Stadia? I do anticipate that. I think that we're going to hear a lot of it at E3 this year. A lot of it. Hi from Turkey. Hi from America. Will Google remove the numbers from people's screen names of non-founder members? No. The numbers after it are how you can have the same... Like, so you might have a name that's... I don't know. We'll say Game Boy. All right? You have a name that's Game Boy number 3204, and somebody else can be Game Boy number 3706. That's what those are for. Hi from UK. Hi from the States, man. Hi from Sweden. Sweden. Hello. Hey, if just 20 more of you guys hit that thumbs up button, I'm going to give away a buddy pass. Daryl Smock, I don't think it's necessary to separate the founders from Premiere, but that's one of the perks that we get is we don't have numbers after our name. What other system does that? Oh, tons of them. Like BattleNet. Like my name on BattleNet is Run Jump Stomp number something. I can't remember what. There's a lot of them that do that. Discord does that. They just hide the numbers, but they're there. Okay, GDC, I'm sure that we'll hear some stuff, but most of that is for developers. It's going to be very, very high-level stuff. I think that if you really want to focus on getting consumer-level information out, the stuff that we really care about, that's going to be information that's going to be given out at E3. Yeah, it's not for a while. Crossplay between Stadia and PC would be nice. Well, Angel de la Muertes X, guess what? I got good news for you. Farming Simulator, whatever it is, I can't remember, I think 2019. Farming Simulator has crossplay between Stadia and PC. Elder Scrolls Online is going to have crossplay between PC and Stadia. So it's up to the developers. Google should encourage them to do that. And when I talked to John Justice, that's what he said that they were doing. They've been encouraging developers to do that, but it's up to the publishers and the developers to make that happen. Liam, Bill, just sent you a buddy pass. Please give to anyone you would like. Well, Liam, thank you very much. I will give that away. Speaking of buddy passes, 14 more people, and we'll give one away. All you got to do is click that thumbs up. I hope more scary games come to Stadia. You know what I want to come to Stadia? Alien Isolation. I don't know if I'll buy it again because I already bought it twice. But that game is amazing, and I want more people to play it. And it's just so very, very good. Well, Bernard Baker, the devs have a lot of power over any platform. The other platforms can't make them do crossplay. They can stop them from doing crossplay. They can stop that, but they can't make them do crossplay. Google is saying, look, we want to be open. We just need you to do it. And a lot of people are like, well, nobody's doing this stuff. Nobody's using crowd play. Nobody's using crowd choice or whatever it's called, you know? But that's because these are ports. We're playing ports. And because we're playing ports, these are games that weren't designed with these features in mind. These are games that weren't designed with Stadia in mind. So it takes time for that stuff to get worked out. And I think that we just have to learn to be patient. I don't think that's going to happen either, Robin. Am I going to PAX this year? I would love to go to PAX, but it's probably not going to happen. You know, PAX happens in February, and I'm a teacher, or March, I think. It doesn't matter. I'm a teacher, so I don't get to go to stuff like that. I'm hoping to be able to go to Dragon Con again this year. I had a blast last year, and I spoke at Dragon Con last year. It was incredible. You hate having the numbers after your name? Well, you just got to learn to ignore it, man. Justin Koningshoff. Konishoff, sorry. Yes. Borderlands 3 has the ability to turn off gore if you want. All right, before we get out of here, I just want to thank the people who have supported us today. Joel Thompson started everything off with a $5 super chat, so thank you very much. Solo, is that on the screen? Where is it? There we go. All right. Joel Thompson started everything off, and then we had Solo supporting, Kaylin supporting, and Mark supporting through stickers. Then Solo did it again, and then Captain Skidmarks did a large super chat, so thank you very much for that. Eric Boyd, Solo again. Daryl Smock Jr. became a member, and then we had a run on members. So big thank you to the new members. Daryl Smock Jr., Captain Skidmarks, Kyle Lambing, Fisto, Raven Anime. You guys are awesome. And then finally, we finished up with Justin Konishoff. And their super chat. So thank you very much, everybody who supported. We are wrapping up here. We've got just 30 seconds left. And if we don't hit that 150 mark before I shut the stream off, then I can't give away a second buddy pass today. And now there's only two people, only two of you out there needs to hit that button. I think it's going to happen. I believe in you. We got 12 seconds left. Only one left. Just one. Oh no, it just went down. It went down to 148. All right. Well, follow me on Twitter at RunJumpStomp. Make sure that you follow me there. And the reason why you want to follow me there is because I give out buddy passes. Hey, look at that. 150. I'll do it. Let's do it right now. All right. We're going to give away a buddy pass on Twitter right now. Follow me on Twitter at RunJumpStomp so you get notified when I tweet. And I'm going to tweet this one out right now. Where's my Twitter? At RunJumpStomp on Twitter. Here is another. At Google Stadia Buddy Pass. Good luck. Thanks for watching at Stadiacast. And that is a number. A number is a number. Good luck. We'll throw a GIF on there. We want it to be hilarious. So, good luck. There we go. Patrick Starr. All right, I'm tweeting in 3, 2, 1. Tweeted. Good luck, everybody. I hope that you get the buddy pass that you want. I don't know if it tweeted. There we go. All right. The tweet has been sent. Thank you very much for hanging out with me. I got to get out of here. I hope you have an awesome day. And big thank you to everybody who supported or became new members today. You guys are amazing. Bye-bye.